Thanks, please love me. Look, the funny thing, but I ain't gonna lie, when you didn't pick up, I was like, oh, I gotta get somebody. So then I called Mark up and I said, let me hear Mark's story. And, and
Oh
now
no,
Mark's
it's cool,
here.
man.
Together. Can we do it together, or do you want me to get off and we
No,
can
no,
get together
no.
later?
Hey, let's do it all together. This is why I did this, because I want to hear people's stories. You know what I'm saying? Like what you were doing before Purium, how you got introduced to Purium, and how it made you feel, and what are you doing now? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is just because I'm very interested, man. I know how it makes me feel, and I feel amazing. You know, words don't even do it justice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
I just want to hear other people's stories. So let's start with Becca first, because you know what I'm saying, that's who I invited first, and then after Becca does her thing and tells her story, we'll move on to Mark, and I'll just be here. I'll be the what I'm saying, little
The
fly on the wall.
moderator.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Well, first of all, I was kind of halfway through my weight loss journey. I had been doing keto for like a good chunk of time. I lost about 100 pounds. But I still wasn't really I was feeling better without sugar and all that stuff. But the meat and the cheese, I was just really meat and cheese, and it was cheap, and it was working, but I just wasn't feeling great. So all of a sudden I met someone on Instagram, and he's my brand partner. And he started the Purium with the superfoods, and it was amazing. I got off of, my inflammation was gone within 24 hours. That was huge because I need knee replacements, and I have arthritis, and I have stuff in all my joints, and I'm, been trying to get on disability. So anyway, I can't work a normal job anymore, but I was able to get around better one day of not eating anything but Purium and the guided diet. Then after like day 3 or 4, I got off of coffee, which was something I thought I would never get off of ever. I really wanted to get off of the creamer, and now I understand how bad coffee is for you anyway. So I'm just so grateful that I got off of something that I was committed to for life. I was never going to quit drinking coffee in the morning. I had to have it.
Yeah.
And like just over a year, like a little bit more than a year ago, I was working 110 to 120 hours a week. And I was literally working around the clock, and I would come home for 20 minutes just to hug my daughter, see my boys, tell them I love them, and then I'd go, and I was taking care of everybody else's families. So I was drinking coffee and taking diet pills and energy drink. My kids have pictures of me, and I'd be scared to drive home. I'd leave my nighttime patient at like 7 a.m. and I was like one of those, how they talk about if you're so tired, it's like you're driving drunk. I was afraid, and I was going to my next patient. I wasn't even like going home. I was, going to the next one. It was just repeat. So Purium has given me, I started with tarot and my psychic abilities because I still wanted to be able to help people in the wake of having knee surgery, finding out I need replacements, needing to lose weight. I can't have replacements now, I'm too young. So deal with it, right? And how am I going to provide for my kids? I don't have any help. Nobody supports us. My ex-husband doesn't pay, his child support and everything. So it's just us, and I pray all the time, and that's where Purium came in. It's helping me with my health. It's helping me with my anxiety, my depression, my ascension, the community. You two, my heart just comes out of my chest. I love you guys so much. Honestly, I don't even have words, and this is just the most amazing group of people, the most amazing opportunity. The products sell themselves, and the only thing in the way is you you know, and how hard you want to make it. And that was a huge realization I had this week as well. But I don't hurt. I'm able to get around better. I'm trying to actually heal my knees instead of just this fate of I'm just doomed until whenever. I have hope. I have dreams. I have goals. The people in this group, we want to go travel together. We want to go do things together. We want to see each other.
Yeah.
I have friends in every state, all over the world. I'm manifesting my psychic bus. So that way we can just come and see you all whenever we want to. And I could go on forever. I haven't even touched on anything yet, but
yeah, you touched on so much. So everybody, watch out for the new Readings by Becca tour bus. it's gonna hit every major city. I'm telling you, it's just amazing to see like you blossom. You know what I'm saying? Just the little bit of time that we've all known each other. You know, all of us are just breaking away the hardened shell that we thought was us. You know, and it really comes from feeling good. From just feeling energized, and because I don't even eat that much, if anything, like one meal a day, because I don't feel hungry. You know what I'm saying? It's a testament to the products because it really does work. You know what I'm saying? And some of us are brand partners, and there's some people that have done the ultimate lifestyle transformation and aren't brand partners. But I know one thing, anybody that did this, the 30 days, the 10 days, you feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's a feeling. And unless you jump, you're not going to understand what we're talking about. So I mean, that's amazing, Becca. That really is. Were you on any medication?
Yes, and I still am on my blood pressure medicine and my diuretic and a couple of others. But because I did try to stop them, but my blood pressure, I'm not there yet, I don't think. So I'm gonna have to work on it, wean down.
You're good.
Yeah, and I haven't even been able to be true to the program or the products after my transformation. I try to incorporate them in every single day. I go into the day with, I'm just going to eat Purium today. But like, for example, today was one of those days, and I've already had my meal. I've already done what I did. My son okay. So
just relax. I know that will make you mess up when you get stressed out, you know, but the community.
And I beat myself up over it every day, but I'm getting better because I'm not gaining. And everybody who comes around is like, damn, Becca, you are so small. You're so skinny. What a difference. You've lost so much weight. And I'm mad at myself, right? And I'm getting up and down compliments. So it kind of puts me in check, like, oh yeah, you're doing a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's healing me. It's like therapy. Purium might as well be a therapist.
It is. It really is. Like I was seeing a therapist, but I don't anymore because I have y'all. You know what I'm saying? I have y'all to let all this, you know what I'm saying, all this angst come out. But that's amazing, man. And people got to understand, don't beat yourself up. You are going to slip, especially if this is new to you. You know what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying? The world is hard enough as it is. You know?
I'm just bridging the gap. You know what I mean? I get better every day. I love myself more every day. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. And that's amazing. You're on the path. And we're going to show later on, send me those pictures. I want to show it to the people. You know what I'm saying? The before and after.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we share this? Will you let us share this? I'm so excited because
I want to edit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I just
edit it and make a thing.
Absolutely.
I love you.
I love you too, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you showing up and just, you know, I just want to keep this going, keep this conversation going because I know a lot of people just want to share their story because it is changing people's lives, you know, and I don't know if there's a place to do it. So here I am. Let's do it. And
you're the answer to my prayers for sure. And I'm going to stop so Mark can talk.
I'm about to introduce the man of the hour. We had the lady, the queen of the hour. Now let's go into the man. This is my brother. I call him Marky Mark. I love him so much. He's such a badass. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to let him talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to boost him up too much. I'm going to let him talk and let him express himself. My brother Mark, how you doing, man? Let me know before you even knew anything about Purium, what were you doing in life? them what happened, how you got introduced to it, and how they make you feel, and how are you feeling now? What are you doing now? You're muted, Mark. You're muted. I muted you, bro. I'm sorry, man. Hold on. It says ask to unmute. Mic check, mic check. There he is.
All right, yeah, well, thank you for the introduction, man. Not used to getting too many of those, but I really appreciate it. It's cool. Before Purium and all the other stuff, man, you know, I used to think granola bars were like health food, and I used to eat the little chocolate chip ones and the peanut butter ones. You know, and that would be my go-to. Never really ate breakfast or lunch. Always had the big dinners though. Then, you know, felt kind of crappy. Felt good though. I ate clean. I always try to get the better meat. You know, but during the day I would eat crappy. I worked in the produce thing for forever. You know, get up about 4:30 in the morning, and you get done maybe 5 or 6 in the afternoon. You're waiting for trucks to unload, and always in and out of the cold room and rotating. And then I noticed like the joints kept flaring up, you know, and then I just kept eating more garbage, you know, because you get hungry and whatever filled you up. I was always in a rush, you know, and I probably should have just taken my time to actually enjoy what I was eating instead of, you know, going to your fast food joints and getting a taco or burrito or hamburger or whatever it was. And, you know, it was cheap, good, hot, boom. You know, that was kind of like what I did. A lot of Gatorade, man. I always thought that was kind of a health thing, and always watch the commercials, you know. And, oh, man, you know, if you start sweating, you got to put that back in your body. And I was like, man, I'm doing good. I like the grape one, the red one, you know, all the flavors, you know. And never really drank a whole lot of water, you know, which was kind of dumb. And then if I had a salad at least maybe once every couple of weeks, man, I was doing good. Didn't eat my vegetables very often. That was a big one there. But always loved the melons, though, and the berries. That was cool during the summertime. But, you know, as it kept going, you know, inflammation kept coming up. And, you know, I always thought doctors knew the answers because I gave them so much respect. You know, my dad was very hardcore Sicilian, you know, and he'd always, like, yell at me and say, man, you got to go to the doctor, listen to it. Because, like, 9 out of 10 times they can cure anything. So I kind of, like, believed that. Like, wow, okay. So after going to doctors and specialists and went to San Diego with the scripts and went to Mayo Clinic and went to UCLA Medical Center in LA, like, you know, like, why am I flaring up? Why is this happening? I never really got truly diagnosed with any one thing. So they put me on medications for rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, gout, fibromyalgia. There was a couple other ones. I can't remember at the moment. Then I was on medications for so long, you know, about 25 to 27 pills a day, plus IVs and injections, you know, weekly. And then that didn't include the pain pills. That was all separate. And at the time, back then, now it's a lot more strict. At the time, you know, they started putting me on, you know, Vicodin, Percocet, and those after a while became too weak. Then I kept going up to Oxycontin. Started at 20 milligrams and went up to 120 milligrams, and then went up to morphine, and then switched over to opium, which Dalidod, which is, I think, is the name, the medical name for it. And so when I'd flare up, I lived on my couch for, I'd say, a good 2 years, and didn't have a wheelchair or anything, and didn't, you know, I always thought I was too macho, like, it shows that you weren't man enough, you know, like my dad would teach me. So I took an office from the chair, ripped off the back, and I made it level from the couch, and I would hop on there and use a crutch and kind of use it as an oar and just push myself to the bathroom or the shower. That was the big thing for me. And just laid there, and that was kind of my life, you know. And my kids were little, and they're jumping on me, and, you know, I'm like, oh, you can't jump on me because I'm going to flare up and be in pain, you know, which kind of sucked, though, because I kind of missed some of those years, you know, just being like this. And you know, and I took all the medications, and after a while, man, I feel that they flipped on me. You know, they started working against me. Then I started noticing, like, lesions all over, broke out in hives multiple times. And then I remember going to the ER a couple of times because I went into anaphylactic shock. And then went to an allergy specialist, and they couldn't find anything wrong. And then I went to another one and said, well, you're not allergic to anything, so something's going on. So they just gave me EpiPens. And like the dumb I am, I always want to try it because it's 100% pure adrenaline. I want to see how much I can bench. Never did it, though, but always want to check it out. But then it kept happening back to back, and like every week for about a month, you know, and just kept going into shock. And the last time I went, I drove myself, which I think was kind of stupid, but, you know, sometimes guys don't think very well. They just macho, you know.
Yeah.
So I drove myself, and I get in the waiting room, and I couldn't stand anymore. So I ended up falling on the floor, and the vision started going blurry. And then they came in and dialed 911 and took me to the ambulance and said, "You're going into shock. Your heart rate keeps dropping." So they put that ventilator thing in your throat, so you could breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave me this steroid shot, which makes felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest, And they came in there and started slowly stopping. So I was laid there for about 4 or 5 days in the hospital trying to figure this out. And I want to say the worst pain, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but when they do that, if you guys ever had it, it's the artery blood check.
Yeah.
Where they actually take a huge, thick needle, they go right through your arm and go right to the artery.
Mm-hmm.
And so they explained all this to me, and it's like, when we pull them out, the blood's going to gush out like a murder scene. And so I kind of like knocked it, like, okay, whatever. So when it actually did, man, I was in pain, dude. And then you could see the blood shoot out about 4 or 5 inches off your arm and just, squirting on the floor. And they're like, man, am I dying here or just going to bleed to death? And then they patch it up, and that was kind of freaky. And after that, man, I'm just like, there's got to be something. There's got to be something more to life than just take pills and that, because all I kept getting prescribed was prednisone, other steroids, injections, anti-inflammatories, x-rays, and more pain medicine. That was kind of the thing,
Yeah.
And so I didn't really believe in doctors anymore, and I started fighting with everybody in my family, and they're all yelling at me because I wouldn't take them. And then the problem is you can't just quit. You have to taper them off, and otherwise you start breaking out more. And so I'm not always the brightest guy, so that's what happened to me. One day I just got rid of them. I just threw them out in the trip compartment. And I paid the price for it. I flared up, but then I started drinking more water. And then one day, I've always known who Troy Casey was for a long time, and then he was with another company called Amazon Herb, and I got a hold of him, and that's when I started, working with some herbs more. And then after a while, he switched over to Purium, and he said that Purium came to me. And I first started that, I think, in 2013. At the time, they just had the 10-day athletic or 10-day transformation. I'm not sure if I can remember correctly, if that a 30 day. So I did the 10-day one, and it felt pretty good, but never quite stuck to it because then, orders kept coming in and had to go back up, and and I just kind of forgot about it. But then this year with the COVID thing, man, and I knew I had to get something going. I had to get the immune up because I didn't want to catch it, because they made it scarier than it sounds. So it is scary, I just figured, man, everybody's going to get it at one point or another. And so I honestly did the 30-day transformation. For me, I think my transformation was a little bit different, maybe because, I'd never done vegan before. That was kind of all new to me, because I was always like the meat and potato guy. And when I started doing that, man, I'm not going to lie, I drinking like, these are vegetables, and I just figured out, hey, these are toxins that I'm not, these are new nutrients coming in. My toxins are still trying to overtake what I'm trying to eat. So, and after a while, I finished the drink, and I'm like, dude, this is not that bad, man. It's actually pretty good. It's sweet, and it has an apple flavor.
Yeah.
So I figured, I love applesauce, man. This is going to work. Then I took the super aminos, and I didn't know if they would actually work, but then they noticed like my arms and hands and stuff started feeling stronger, and forearms and the legs, and I was like, man, this shit works, And then the biomedic kicked in, and I'm like, man, this is pretty cool, man. I felt cleaner in the intestine wise. And then one day, I think it was like on the 4th or 5th day, I just wanted to try to see what I did. So I took 10 super aminos, and I had like so much energy, dude. I started running up and down the hallway, and I actually jumped in the pool and just like treaded water for like 45 minutes. I couldn't get rid of it. It felt like the awesome Tasmanian devil from like all over. And it's amazing. And so the deeper part, when I got into it, I felt more spiritual as I kept taking it and just went more vegan. And so part of it is a failure, but I don't think it's a failure. I think it's kind of a learning step for me. I opened up. There's some old chakras that came about, and like I told my mom tried to murder me when I was 8 years old and tried to choke me out. And luckily this lady came in and she came and stopped it, and so I'm grateful for her being alive. And so that was really hard, man. That took a lot. I didn't know if I should have said it, but I'm glad I did now. I kind of fell off. Didn't really go back to the regular eating habit. I ate cleaner, ate more salads and stuff, but then popped back on, and I still feel better, And I got more of the second transformation of the ultimate lifestyle, and did that and started to feel great. Now I'm going to go on my 3rd one here pretty quick. And dude, I just, if you haven't tried this, man, I mean, you know, we're not celebrities. We're not endorsed. We're just trying to help people, the common people that need help. And that's the best advice I get you, man. I mean, I was a couch potato, one armchair quarterback, you know, flared up, just sitting there. And, you know, my kids were like little slaves, man. Like, give me the remote, give me food, give me drinks, you know, and now I can get up and do it, you know. And the big thing, dude, is I don't need them to get me wheelchairs anymore to go to the store. You know, and I was riding the scooters and stuff. And then, you know, then I got kind of stupid and trying to bang into the aisleways and stuff. But that's a guy thing, I think. I don't know. But I don't know, man. If you guys really want to learn and try, because, you know, I'm no celebrity or anything, dude, you just got to give it a shot. You know, what else do you have to lose besides toxins and weight? I mean, if you could get that far ahead of the game, dude, you're going to be better off than most of the people in America, you know? And with these guys here that I met up a few months ago, man, don't have a whole lot of family. You know, I'm the only child. All my brothers and sisters are either half or step, and they're all older, about 10, 15 years older than I am, so I never grew up with them. But you guys are my family. I love you all. If you guys ever need any help or anything, dude, I'm always here. So anytime or whatever, man. I just love, I think, is just coming out. That's all I can say. Just, you know.
Get him. Oh, get him.
Yeah,
look at him go, man. I love it. The energy that you're just exuding, dude. I love it so much, man. You're zooming, bro. Keep doing. You're shining. You know what I'm saying?
It. Thank you.
You're amazing, and I love both your stories.
I look up to you guys, man. You guys are doing fantastic, man. I just really appreciate it.
Yeah, it shows, bro. Your heart,
your love, man. Yeah.
For people that don't know, Mark actually was it a quarterback, a football player for which team?
Oh no, I played linebacker and fullback and defensive end.
Let people know. Let people know a little bit about that. People don't know that. You know what I'm saying? People only know what you share. You know what I'm saying? So no one would know you're certified from the Czech Institute, or you're just a badass, you know what I'm saying, that plays football for fun, but has championship rings. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
I hear you, man. I've always been humble. You know, I don't know if it's my father was extreme type A. You know, I mean, I got blamed for shooting JFK, and I wasn't even alive yet, you know. And I got blamed for Katrina, and like, I don't know how to make a hurricane, you know. But, you know, at least you always knew what you stood with my dad, you know. He was a straight shooter, you know. You did have a big heart once you got past all those layers. But, yeah, you know, I think that humbled me more. So I never, like, you know, played football and had some great things, and played college, you know, and got a scholarship to play. And then played baseball. I was a catcher for a long time, many years. And this over time, man, the ankles started giving out and get slid into all the time. And I don't know if they do it much anymore, but I was used to the metal spikes getting slammed into. So I used to try to make a homemade shield for your ankles, but it didn't quite work. But yes, I mean, that I helped. And then I found the Czech Institute. That really helped me out. But there's one guy I want to give a shout out to before I went to Paul. His name is, I'll see if I can try to get him on the Zoom one day, Dr. Clifford Oliver. And he retired, though. He's the one that brought me up and told me how to eat. So if you're ever in sports or doing a big workout, you can't go back and eat pizza and all that stuff, because you're destroying the nutrients that your body craves that you just burnt. So you need to bring that new energy and new nutrients and proteins into your body. So he's like, no, you got to eat fish. You got to go out and, you know, eat a good piece of meat, good piece of flesh, eat vegetables.
Eat real food, you know. People are hungry because they're not getting the right nutrition. You know what I'm saying? So then you just have a meal and you want to have more food after that.
Yeah, because I fight with my kids, you know, all they know, I mean, I think honestly, you know, everybody's grandmother can cook, but my grandmother was like very old school, you know, made her own bread and then made breadcrumbs, and, you know, she was very selective on what she bought, what she ate, you know, made those big spaghetti dinners and homemade meatballs and stuff. And she was very picky on her meat. If it wasn't clean enough, dude, she would just, you know, she wouldn't put it in. And I think now the fast food and all the commercials and TVs just kind of distorted people's vision of good food. So like, if, you know, over Father's Day, I went out and tried it. Like, I went out and bought prime steak, you know, USDA prime, which is probably like $15 to $18 a pound, if not more, you know, and the marbling, it's beautiful, you know. And I went ahead and grilled it. Like, you guys are going to taste the difference between regular steak and your Chipotle and all that stuff. And I got kind of like my balloon popped there a little bit, because they're like, oh, I can't tell the difference. I'm like, come on, dude, you know. But I think, you know, like my kids, all they like is really Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, and what's the other one?
Taco Bell?
No, not Taco Bell. Oh, In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, In-N-Out Burger, yeah.
Yeah, In-N-Out Burger. That's the three main ones, and I'm like, and that's kind of sad because, I'm all for people growing their business, but it seems like, the better restaurants and the homemade mom and pop stores that really cared are kind of like fading out.
Yeah.
And so like the chains just keep coming in. And so like here in Arizona and Phoenix, down in Peoria, there's a 4-mile radius and they have the most concentrated chain restaurants in the United States.
It's crazy.
And so I think there's over like 4,000 restaurants in that area, just concentrated there. And it blew up too because we have the Cactus League out here for spring training for baseball. So that whole area is just huge.
That's crazy.
And,
I mean, I'm understanding that a lot of our ailments, a lot of our dis-ease, I mean, it's just what it is because of the food we eat. The food is either helping you repair the body or it's destroying and making you, get disease, and for me, for people that don't know, I'm going on 20 years of dialysis and I have my own story. Everything you said as far as the medical world and doing the artery, they did that to me. They did that to me when I was like 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this swelled up like I had a golf ball. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt for like a week, 2 weeks. It was purple, it was horrible. So I know everything you're saying. I it's almost like you were telling my story when you said all that. So I can 100% understand what you're feeling. It's crazy. I'm changing the narrative. Like I'm changing what I thought life was going to be like, but deep down, my spirit was always like, this is not the way it's supposed to be. What's wrong? Only when I stepped in front of the mirror and just decided I'm not going to die yet because I was dying. Like, what I'm saying? I was about to die many times, but I just made a goal, a decision, whatever you want to call it, to myself that next time I look myself in the mirror, I'm going to be able to say that I didn't eat any fast food, that I drank the water, that I did what is meant, what this human body needs in order to repair or heal itself, whatever. And until I did that, I can't say that I gave it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like a real honest, from the heart chance. And I mean, it took a lot of work. It took a lot of just self-work. I was addicted to so many narcotics, prescribed narcotics, because that's what I was on. Yeah. Benzos, blood pressure medication. I was on all that, But what helped me, I was on 5 different blood pressure medications, So the way I was able to get off of that was through breathing. The diet was major. All this just incorporated meditation, just calming the system down. And it's possible, because you're lacking, you're just deficient in so many nutrients and minerals that the body is craving for it. And once you get the food, the cellular food that it needs, the living food, because you have to understand, you are a living being. You're alive. So if you eat dead food from Chipotle or Taco Bell, whatever it is, even when you grill it and cook it, you're actually killing the enzymes. Yeah. So, what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't have a steak or don't have some cooked broccoli. That's okay. But make sure that it's as alive as you can get it. That's why with Purium, with the liquid sunshine, the food is living with living enzymes for the first 7 to 10 minutes when you add the water or milk, whatever it is. So it's like when you ingest that, you feel it. Like, bro, I tell you, when I wake up and I go to when I get my little cup, my Purium cup, I get so happy that I'm about to put some scoops in. I'm about to take my super aminos and take my whole routine. Because I feel so good. You know what I'm saying? I feel so good. And I know y'all do, man. That's why I want this feeling. And this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to show everybody how it is that we're feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not fake. This is real. So, Becca, what would you say to somebody that wants to try it, that's like kind of in your shoes, but they're scared? They're just like, either they come up with the excuse of money or I don't know. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And it's almost like you have to just jump off the edge and just trust that there's water. And
you really do. You really do.
Let them know.
And I'm still, kind of like what Mark was talking about, like today, I had the goal of nothing but Purium. Wasn't going to eat anything else today. Was going to feel amazing. And my son went to Chick-fil-A, so sure enough, I had a sandwich. But and I'm stuffed. Like, I'm so overfull. Like, it was so much. So and I always do that. I always regret it. So what I would tell to somebody is, you know, you have to love yourself. We're getting off of habits. You know, there's no time limit. You can go all in and it'd be a lot easier, or you can be like us who are, you know, struggling along, but I had my shake this morning. It was amazing. I took all my aminos, all my things, my regimen that I have, that I do. And I wouldn't be where I am without it. I've done so much today. I was on YouTube today. I did a live on Facebook today. I've posted multiple times on my Instagram. We have this little Zoom meeting, plus we have our Purveyors of Health meeting at 7, and we have our Holistic Justice League meetup at, well, it's 10 o'clock for me. Yeah. So there's no way that I would have done all of that before without Purium. There's absolutely no way that I would have had the energy even to. And I was on my psychic network. I've done several readings, and that's an energy drain in itself. I mean, I am involved in a lot, and I'm expected to go. So, and even when I'm going to try to rest, I don't get to rest. So what I would say is, this is the best thing you could ever do for yourself, no matter what your path, no matter how slow, how fast, whatever you do, it's your journey. And anybody who gets involved in this company, it is always divine intervention. It is always an answer to everybody's prayers. So I would say, take the leap, take the jump. If you're really ready to make a change, if you're committed to yourself, then go for it. Even if you fall off, even if you're not doing it perfect, you know, it's still better than nothing. Even if you're just replacing one meal a day, it's still better than nothing.
It is. And if the 30-day is just overwhelming, or you feel like that's too much, we could start with the 10-day. I mean, there's options, you know. The one thing that I tell people is, that are tight, if it's tight on money, you have to understand that you're gonna pay no matter what, you know, because in the long run, your health is gonna be affected by the diet, or if you drink alcohol or whatever. You know, this is your body for life, you know, so you have to take care of it. I'm just so blessed and grateful that, because I manifested it. I was praying to God, like, how am I going to help people, you know? And I even thought in my mind, you know, I was like, oh, I make smoothies already. I'm just gonna make people smoothies. But then he was just like, don't have to do that. Here, try this. You know what I'm saying? He just put it like served it to me on a platter. So, you know, I'm just grateful and thankful for all of you, to hearing y'all's story, because we could go for hours, man. But I just got a message saying that I've got like 10 minutes on this thing. As we continue, you know, this is gonna get better. You know, I'm just gonna get into the flow of things. You know, I really love how it's flowing already. So I really appreciate y'all coming on, and I would love to get let's get a goodbye from Mark. Just any last thoughts? What are you doing as far as the company? Do you have anything you want to plug? You could plug anything too, and will you finish us off with a quick little reading? Miss Readings by Becca.
I will.
Yeah.
Let's do it, Mark. Let's close this out, and just let me know what's on your mind. If you have anything to plug that you're doing that you want people to know, we'll have to do a part 2, because this was already interesting.
Yes.
Well, I guess for all the people out there, man, that may not believe us, or on the edge or the fence, you know, if I understand money's tight, especially these times, maybe just try one product, you know, just one, you know, probably the Apothecary, I think will help you sleep better. Probably the Super Aminos would be another one, you know, or just the Power Shake, or even Biomedic. One of those 4, I think, would be the best bet, in my opinion, just to try it out. You know, if you don't believe us, I mean, it won't cost you as much as the Ultimate Lifestyle Challenge, but I mean, at least it's getting something, and you're starting to get nutrients in there, man. And the only way I can do it, I mean, you know, I was on the fence too, you know, and I was on the teeter-totter, which way I should go, and you know, I just got tired of feeling sick. And so if you don't want to do it for yourself, I was told one time, at least do it for your organs. The organs is your life force. your heart, your liver, your lungs, your kidneys. And you keep those clean, you don't have to keep taking that medication as much anymore. And hopefully it'll wean off. You know, that's the whole goal, just trying to bring health and spiritual. Because one thing I get mad about, when you see all these drug commercials all the time, and if you have this symptom and this and this, and then, you know, you need to get this drug, and then all the side effects come after them, the commercials. So never close your eyes and watch those drug commercials.
Yeah.
I mean, the side effects are even bigger than what the drug is supposed to do for you.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't talk bad about food, they'll come after you. You can't talk bad about a medicine, they'll come after you. You can't talk about the government, people come after you. So I don't see why healthy food can't be the same on the same platform with these guys. You know, we're just trying to grow and make other people happy and healthy instead of feeding a whole bunch of junk all the time. But love you all. And if you ever have any questions, just reach out. Always here to help. Big hug right here.
Big hug right back at you, brother. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna hug you for real. Hold on, cuz. I hugged that time, bro. I love it, man. I love it, man. See him go. See y'all go. Y'all just go. I love it. Alive. That means you're alive. You know that this is working when you're just able to articulate like that, and you're creating. You're creating because you are a God. You're a creator.
I hear you.
Let's go. What you got?
I've got 2 cards.
Let's do it.
So the first one is Taming the Wind. Here, the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good for all. It's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal or put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect.
Oh, man.
I love that.
I want to try to do this other one too. Really quick. We have like 2 minutes. This one's the curse, and it kind of scared me for a second, but I think it's spot on. The curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. It is the source of negative patterns, and it can show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage of our creative energy. The curse holds us to hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's spot on. That's spot on for us and how I feel.
Can I do this a little bit more?
That is
A
awesome.
little bit more. And if it cuts off,
I
much
it.
love, y'all.
Part
I
2,
love
man.
you so
Part 2.
much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Come on.
It is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. I'm covered in goosebumps. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself.
Oh my goodness. That is, sometimes I think you cheat and you just pick which one. You know what I'm saying?
You watched me do it. You
That's
watched
beautiful.
me pull them.
It really is beautiful. I appreciate you guys so much.
I love you.
It's counting me down right now. That was spot on. That was so perfect. So
Yeah,
much
man.
love.
Much love.
We'll be communicating through IG, and then let's do this again some other time. All right.
Well, anytime,
yes,
man.
please.
Always
Yes.
down, man.
Love
Anytime.
y'all. Much love. Thank you so
Love
much.
you.
And
All right, man.
hope we help
Love,
anybody,
love.
anybody that watches this, man. Any of these people, any of these people, just look them up. Ask any questions. They got you.
Yay.
Thank y'all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.